Yes, I'm a girl like you.
Hi.
Hi.
Welcome to...
You're just like me.
I'm just like you.
It's something anyone can see. It's only been a week since our last episode.
Okay, we took a little bit of a hiatus from the podcast. Like, Sarah graduated.
Yeah, and I'm moving to New York.
And I was studying abroad in Korea over the summer and stuff.
Yeah, so we're back now.
A lot of stuff happened. Yeah, so we have some updates, I guess. I made an Instagram for the podcast.
I'm making memes for the Instagram for the podcast.
It's You're Just Like Me podcast.
Yeah.
At Instagram, whatever. And then the Twitter is YJ. Stop laughing at me. YJ. You're Just LM. YJLM podcast.
We gotta get a better anagram.
Well, I was like trying to think of like
acronym. Yes.
Because I've seen other podcasts where they'll pick like one word and be like,
yeah,
podcast. Like,
yeah.
Because I think My Favorite Murders is like,
it's MFM, I think.
No, I feel like it was like
murder.
It was like My Favorite Podcast, or maybe it was a different podcast.
Yeah.
But it was like that because they can't fit the whole thing, so they like cut it off. But I was like, You're Just Like Podcast.
Yeah.
And then You're
Like
Just
Me
Like
podcast.
Just Like Me was taken already, probably by another Barbie fan.
Yeah.
So.
Anyway, so.
Well, that's it for now. No one's following it right now. I just like made the account, and you know how it makes you like follow people?
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I'll follow Taylor Swift, and I followed Taylor Swift and Halsey. So every time I log on to Twitter, like it for some reason logs into that account first. Mm-hmm. So I was like reading all the Taylor Swift and Halsey posts, and I'm like, oh, this is pretty interesting because normally you don't see like everything they post and replies and stuff because it gets like
lost in the...
Yeah, so I'm like, then I'll like stay on it for like 10 minutes, and then I'll realize that I'm like on that. I was like, man, there's a lot of Taylor Swift news today, and I'm like, oh, it's like
Taylor Swift is popping off at this exact moment.
Well, it's like always like that when I go on Twitter, and I was like, oh, it's just stuff I don't see. That's like not other people don't think it's that important, so it just doesn't show up. But anyway, okay, let me see what my because one of my other things I said is Taylor Swift album for things to stuff to tell Sarah.
Okay, this is only this is like the second time I've seen you over the last like 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
And the first time was on Sunday when we watched Magic of the Pegasus together.
Yeah.
We broke our rule of watching them separately so that I could hang out with Felicia because I missed her.
Mm.
Tell me about Lover.
I really like it. I did tell you earlier because we had dinner. I said I think it's one of my favorite, or probably I think it's my favorite Taylor Swift album. But I don't know if that's like a basic thing to say because it's like the newest one. I don't know.
Yeah.
So you don't think it's your favorite?
Well, I haven't listened to it that much. I've listened to a couple songs off it that Sydney has made me like listen to repeatedly. So
like which ones? Which one's your favorite? Do you think?
I like Paper Rings a lot.
I do like that one a lot.
I think that's my favorite. And then there's another one, but I do not remember what the name of it is. So I need to listen to the full album at some point. I started it at one point, but then I fell asleep in the middle because it was a long day. And yeah.
Yeah, the day it came out, I like listened to the whole thing, and then I was like, okay, I'm ready. It's pretty emotional. Like every time I listen to Daylight, I like cry a little bit at the end.
Oh, okay.
It's so beautiful.
I'll think about that when I listen to it.
So Daylight and I really like London Boy.
Yeah.
I think He Knows too. Is that what it's called? I think He Knows. Oh, I really like Miss Americana. I like them all, but I really like Miss Americana and the Heartbreak Prince. Cause like
I think that's the other one that I've listened to a bunch from Sydney.
After like doing analysis, because I was like doing the whole analysis of like what it's actually about,
and
now I'm like, ooh, I like it even more.
Yeah,
like every time I listen to it, I'm like, ooh. Also, Death by a Thousand Cuts is really good.
Yes, that one is good. And that's one of like the 3 that I've heard. Sorry.
Maybe I think they're all. I was just thinking because like I feel like normally when an album comes out from Taylor Swift, I'm not as like into all the songs. Like I'll like a couple, and then the other ones like I'll come back to later.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like this has had like a really good like, because the album's only been out for like
a month or
month,
something,
right?
Yeah.
So like I feel like in this month, are you taking a picture of me?
Yes.
I feel like in this month, I feel like I've gone through all the songs and like I've appreciated them all. So that makes me feel like there's no filler songs. But okay, whatever. It doesn't matter. This podcast isn't about Taylor Swift, I guess. But
it is now.
no, that's like what you said in all the other episodes, right? You just be like, this is a Taylor Swift podcast now.
Yeah, I think the first one I said was this is a Carly Rae Jepsen fan cast. And then in the last one, I had to listen to all of our episodes this past month to go through and make sure I knew what all the ratings were and what we rated each thing so I could make a little chart. Because we're going to rate villains this episode so that we can...
Oh, yeah, that's another update.
Yeah, so we can recalculate everything. Because in the last
episode, Fairytopia...
Yes.
We rated the villain because I was like, oh, like, people say that... Or don't people say a movie's as good as the villain or whatever?
Yeah, some people do.
Well, I've heard that
I feel like a lot of people say a Disney movie is only as good as its villain.
Oh, I hear that a lot about, like, Marvel movies, I guess. So...
Yeah.
Because, you know, they all have, like...
That's a Disney movie, I think.
I guess you're right. It is now.
We love the Disney Corporation.
I'm getting a little scared of Disney.
They're gonna come and take us over. I'm going to become a Disney bot.
Disney movies, but are you like a little bit scared of like what Disney's been doing?
Yes.
Like
I'm terrified. They own Hulu and they're also gonna make their own streaming service, which makes zero sense. You're just gonna own two streaming services
I think
for
they're
extra
gonna
money.
Like kind of combine. Like I think they're gonna make like a Hulu Disney Plus package.
Still dumb.
But I'm trash and I'll get Disney Plus anyway.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go off and live in the woods actually, so that's what's gonna fix it for me.
But yeah, we're at it. Villains. I was just trying to remember what I was saying about Marvel movies.
Oh, they're only as good as their villains.
Yeah, but there was something else I was gonna say about that. It doesn't matter. But I guess you're right about like Disney princess movies because they kind of have like a stereotypical like villain too, like the villain role. It's like, you know, the Marvel movies and stuff are never like the villain is their inner demons or whatever. It's always like an actual dude that's like coming at them. So okay.
No, but with the Disney animated movies also is like, you know, I feel like a lot of people agree that some of the really good ones are what are words? Are you know, Little Mermaid, which has Ursula, who is awesome. I think Ursula is a really good villain. Beauty and the Beast has Gaston, who's kind of proving that, you know, regular humans can be the monsters rather than like beasts, you know, that whole thing. And he's a really good villain too. Great villain song.
Yeah, the villain song. Yeah. That's another thing that's good.
And then from the modern ones, from Tangled, Mother Gothel is a really compelling villain. So.
Okay.
And a great villain song. Okay. Actually, what we learned today is that a villain is only as good as their song. So.
Yeah, Poor Unfortunate Souls is one of my favorites.
Yeah. So actually.
Also, I really like. Is it Be Prepared from The Lion King?
Yes.
I think Scar's a pretty
good villain.
You're right. Because if they have a forgettable song, then, like...
Who cares?
They need... Like, that's what I don't like about Frozen, is I don't like how Hans doesn't have, like, a villain song.
I know.
I want him to be all like, I'm gonna kill you guys, I hate you. I was only pretending to fall in love with you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Song. I feel like in the musical... I haven't really listened to the musical soundtrack that much. That's on Broadway for Frozen.
Yeah, I haven't listened to it at all.
I listened to Let It Go because it's really good. And I follow the girl who plays Anna on Twitter for some reason. It's kind of interesting to see like what she posts about. Because I was pretty into Broadway stuff in like high school. So
yeah, me too.
But I'm sure Hans must have a song. I'll check on it. I'll report
Other than Love is an Open Door. Do you have a favorite musical? Or like a top three?
Okay, I really like Matilda because that was actually I saw.
Oh, that is good.
I saw that. That was the first musical I saw on Broadway because I saw it in New York a couple of years ago. That was a very exciting time for me. I really like this musical called Next to Normal. It's very like psychological, but I also like. I'm trying to think of. I really like I had a huge Newsies phase. Have you watched Newsies on Netflix?
I haven't.
They took it off though. Oh my gosh, you can't watch it now.
That's a bummer.
because that used to be like my go-to, like, if I'm doing like an art project and I need to do painting or something, I'm like, oh, I'll play Newsies in the background.
Mm-hmm.
It's really good. I can give you a download, but
I'd love it.
But I really like. I don't think the plot of Newsies is that strong though, so I wouldn't say it's my favorite. But I also really like Wicked and stuff. Like,
yeah. Oh, Wicked's a classic.
And Fun Home, which won a Tony. That was a Tony Best Musical in like 2015 or 14 or something, and I saw that on Broadway with most of the original cast, so that was pretty special too. Trying to think, there was one more I was thinking of.
Finally learning you're a Broadway nerd. Where have you been hiding this, fully?
Yeah, well, like, I don't really, obviously, I'm an introvert, so
yeah.
I've never really been like, oh, I want to be on stage. I want to be a Broadway performer. But, like, I guess in high school, I was pretty into, like, listening to Broadway and stuff. There's, like, a whole community of, I shouldn't get into this now, because it's technically, like, illegal.
No, I know, like the bootlegs on YouTube that are just very like, this is definitely not a full recording of Matilda.
Yeah, so it's like kind of hard because, like, you know, if you don't live in New York, then like you have to do like illegal stuff to hear it, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of one other musical though. There's one more that I was like, yeah. I really like Wicked though. Every time it comes to Portland, like, I gotta watch it.
I think I've seen it 3 times on stage. I've never seen anything on Broadway, but once I live in New York, that's gonna be different. Oh
my gosh, I was telling my dad, I was like, he was like, where does Sarah live and stuff? And I was like, oh, she's moving to New York. And then he was like, oh, you should, like, because we were talking about like possible places we can go on vacation. He's like, oh, you should visit her and then you can see Broadway shows. And I was like, well, but I was like, I don't think she's gonna live in like Times Square.
Yeah, I'll live in Brooklyn and then we can scoot over. Don't worry, it's not that long of a...
you can subway to probably whatever.
Yeah. No, I did it when I was visiting this last time with Marissa. She gave me the whole tour. So I got to see Times Square, eat 2 slices of dollar pizza in Times Square. It was great.
I'm just trying to think. Now I can't. I really like A Gentleman's Guide to Love and Murder. That's another really good musical.
Ooh, I haven't heard that one.
They did this Tony performance that I feel like is... This is so off topic from what we're talking about. But they did this Tony performance and like the 2016 maybe Tonys, where they sing this song. What's it called? I've Decided to Marry You. That's an iconic song that I love. Like, I'll send you the YouTube link. Okay, I used to watch it like every day, and I would like cry. I loved it so much. It's just like the musicals. I did see that. Wait, did I see that on Broadway? Oh my gosh, I feel like I did, but also I feel like I didn't. Is that weird?
No, I get it. If you like see it enough,
because I've only seen 6. Because I went to New York twice, and I saw 3 shows the first time, and then 3 shows the second time. I must have seen it, right? Yes. No. Maybe. Did I see it? Yes, I did. Because because the guy who's in it, Bryce Pinkham, because all the original cast, like I really like the 2 main girls, but they both left by the time I saw it, but the main guy was still in it. And then we were like talking to him at this, like, because you know at the Broadway shows they have the stage door where like you can sign autographs and stuff. Yeah. And like for If Then, which is a musical I saw with Idina Menzel, it was like super crazy because everyone wanted Idina Menzel's autograph, right? Woof. And then, so like, you know, everyone's like pushing each other and stuff. I actually think I got her to sign my playbill. And then I saw this other show, those Bolts Over Broadway, and like Zach Braff. You know,
oh my God, yes.
From what's the Scrubs?
Yes, I think so.
He was in it, and like, so it was like a medium like amount of people.
Yes.
But when I saw A Gentleman's Guide to Love and Murder, like no one was at the stage door, which is kind of sad, but like there weren't a lot of big stars, I guess, in that show. Yeah. So it was like pretty chill. So we like talked to him for like 5 minutes, and it was like pretty chill. And we were like, "Oh, we're from Oregon, blah blah blah," because I feel like he was saying something like he knows about Oregon.
I know about Oregon,
or like he used to live there. Or he knew someone that goes there, or lives there or something. So it was like, that's so weird. It's like a recovered like memory that I completely forgot about. I completely forgot that I went to New York and saw Broadway shows. Thanks for reminding me.
Yes. Welcome to our Broadway fan cast. I gotta say, I think my top 3 are Little Shop of Horrors, Into the Woods, I think is number 1. not the Disney
You don't like
remake
it?
one. No.
I kind of
They took out.
okay, I don't like Johnny Depp in it, but I kind of like
Don't like Johnny Depp in it, and they took out like half of the story. You know, like the
Yeah.
whole like the
I
whole
do think
revelations.
They cut out some good songs.
Yeah, the Reprise of Agony is like my favorite song.
It's in the movie, right?
No, it's not. Just the first one.
Oh, that's sad.
I know. And Chris Pine did such a good job. my good Kirk.
I really I really liked what's her name? Lily Crawfield, who played Red
Rapunzel?
Riding Hood.
Oh.
And then I don't remember. You don't like
Who?
her?
No. I was just trying to remember who played Rapunzel then.
Who is Rapunzel? Oh, that was no, Anna Kendrick was Cinderella.
Yes.
I don't even. Is Rapunzel's in there, right?
Yeah.
But I don't remember who played her.
Me neither. Now I feel bad.
I liked Anna Kendrick's Cinderella, I guess.
Yeah.
And I liked the guy James Corden.
Yeah, I think he did an okay job.
And I liked Emily Blunt. I like most of them actually.
I think the thing is I've watched the the recording of the London show. I'm pretty sure it's London. So many times that it's like they are the ones who are the characters in my mind.
Mm-hmm. Is
And
this like
also-
an old one from like the 90s?
Yeah.
Because like there's this one.
It's like the original cast, I think.
There's this one that I forced my family to watch. Maybe it's the same one you're talking about. It's
Yeah.
with Bernadette Peters.
Yes, Bernadette, my queen.
Because
I love her with all my heart.
I forced my family to watch like the live recording before we watched the musical. I think I was like, guys,
Bernadette Peters
we
is
gotta
the
watch
love of my
this.
life. I would
Wait,
die
was
for her.
Was she the witch?
Yeah, she was the witch. And okay, she's just as old as Meryl Streep, so I don't see why they just didn't have Bernadette Peters reprise her role, because she's
That
been in
iconic.
Yeah, she's been in TV and movies before. Like, it's not like she hasn't done screen acting. She is amazing. She's just iconic in that role. I love Meryl Streep, okay? Meryl Streep is great,
Yeah.
but Bernadette Peters is the witch. She embodies her.
Yeah.
I love Bernadette.
This is great because this is like the only time this is the first time we've ever talked about musicals.
It is.
I didn't know this about you.
Yeah, I love Bernadette Peters and Christian Chenoweth. You know what? Short queens.
What are you gonna say your third favorite one is? Wait, did you
and
say
then and then I really like Heathers also.
Oh.
I haven't like seen anything of it because I saw Little Shop of Horrors live, and then
I've never seen Little Shop of. Yeah,
it was really good live. Like the movie's good too, but I don't know. There's just something about like a stage show that has a very different presence. You know, like it's harder to like get laughs at the same jokes when it's like recorded. At least I feel like the little like nods and winks to like being in the theater don't really make sense anymore. And then I saw Little Shop of Horrors live in the Keller Auditorium when it was like doing a touring thing. And then I saw Into the Woods at the Oregon Shakespeare Festival. They had like a version of it, and it was actually really good. And then I haven't seen any version of Heathers, but I love the songs from it. Like, and also I love that movie. It's like,
that's funny. I was really obsessed with Heathers back then.
oh my god,
I have a lot of bootlegs.
Alicia.
If you want any of my Heathers bootlegs, I have a lot.
You know what? I know we were gonna watch Mermaidia later tonight, but maybe we should just watch Broadway bootlegs. And
I don't have them with me though, actually.
And I'll keep you up until your 8 a.m. class.
No.
Don't worry, I won't. I'll let you sleep. It's fine.
I gotta sleep like right after this, I feel like.
Yeah.
'Cause 8's pretty rough.
Yeah.
So.
Oh god. 8 a.m. classes. Okay, I can wake you up though. Don't worry. I'm here. My natural alarm's at like 7 a.m.
Oh my
my body
gosh.
alarm.
I'm jealous.
It's not great. It means I'm tired by like 10 p.m.
That's how humans are supposed to be, though.
Yeah. It's dark outside. Let's go to sleep. But after our Broadway rant,
I don't remember why we started. I was gonna say we should next time a good musical comes to the Keller, we should see it. But you're moving to New York, so I guess like.
I guess next time a good musical comes to Broadway, you'll have to fly out and see me.
But next time Wicked comes, I do want to see it.
Yeah.
I feel like I missed the last time, so okay, this isn't relevant to what I was talking about. I don't remember why we started.
We were just giving updates, and
oh, okay.
I think you were saying that your dad wanted you to come stay with me so that we could go see Broadway shows.
I also I like signed up for an Audible like sponsorship, but I don't remember what the code is. So I need to check it out, and it's
also been 3 months, so maybe it's expired.
I think it will still work.
Yeah.
It's like You're Just Like Me, or You're Just Like Podcast or something.
You're Just Like Podcast.
Maybe that, I don't know.
Yeah. We'll figure it out.
It's so funny because like I was looking for the podcast on Spotify and I searched like, what's it? I'm Just Like You. And like that was a different podcast. And I was like, is this the podcast? And I was like, no, that's not right. This isn't the podcast. Yeah, so I'll try to figure that out. Well, I was like thinking of other, because you could get sponsorships like if you're, because like, you know how like everyone on YouTube has like an Audible sponsorship, and I'm like, it must be really easy to get an Audible like sponsorship. So I tried it. Well, actually my teacher recommended it because he's like, you can get it for podcasts really easily, and I was like, okay, like, because I think all that and the Amazon like affiliated links, you don't need to like be like, you know, verified or whatever.
No, okay, yeah.
Like I don't think Amazon like cares.
They don't give a shit about anything.
Yeah. Well, I was like, oh, we could, but like the Amazon affiliate links only works if you have like a blog, because then we could be like, oh, buy Princess and the Pauper with our link.
Yes. Oh my god, this is genius. Felicia, you are made of magic.
So I'll try to figure that out too, maybe. But then like we need to have it, you know, it needs to be, I guess you could link to Instagram maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'll try to figure it out. The only times I've really seen it successful is on blogs, though.
Yeah.
And then I also said Shadowhunters, but maybe we'll talk about that later.
Okay, we'll talk about that at the end.
Okay, but I was going to give you the villains. If you're
okay,
ready.
yes. Okay.
So we're adding the villain category because of the stuff we said of how villains are important. And in Fairytopia, we added the villain already, which was
Laverna. And we both gave her 2.
Oh, okay. Are you ready for me to give you them?
Yes.
So Nutcracker had the Rat King, and I gave him a. I said 4.
I said 3.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
So I was gonna say 3, but I was like, eh.
Yeah.
He's all right. Yeah. Okay, for Rapunzel, which was
Gothel.
I want to say Gothel, but is that what she's always called?
I'm pretty sure it's Gothel.
Maybe it's Gothel, but she doesn't say like Mother Gothel.
No. I
gave her a 4 too.
Okay, I gave her 3 again.
That's okay. We're consistent.
Yeah, look at us go.
For Swan Lake, which was the dad and the girl.
Yeah, the dad and Odile.
Odile.
Yes,
because it sounds like Odette.
Yeah.
I said 6.
And I said 5.
Okay.
I'm consistently only 1 below you.
And for Princess and the Pauper, which is Preminger, right? I said 8.
Oh, wow. I said 4.
What? But his song.
His song is good. Okay.
Wait, maybe I'm 2. So I'll go 7.
I'll go 6.
Wait, no.
We'll meet in the middle. You go 7, I go 6.
Okay.
There
I just don't want to.
Well,
Princess
yeah. How can I refuse as a club banger, obviously.
A club
and
banger. That makes me think of like if you made like a trap remix.
Yes.
Of, okay.
Oh my god, that's gonna be our theme song. Our theme song has to be a trap remix of How Can I Refuse.
Because when I was in Korea, there was this girl who was like, she was really into the trap remix of Baby Shark. So she like asked them to like play it at a club. It was pretty crazy. Is there one more movie, or did I do them all?
That is it, because next up is Magic of the Pegasus, and we have to go through all of that plot before we get to ratings.
So should we start? Okay, there's a girl.
Named Annika.
Annika. So she's missing. And her mom comes in her room and's like, oh my gosh, the princess is missing. Then she rings a bell. That's the princess is missing bell.
Yes, the specific princess is missing bell, because she goes missing that often, apparently.
And then we cut to her doing an ice skating routine.
And she's wearing pants.
Yeah, oh, you're right. Are they like jeans?
I think they're like leggings.
Okay, because I was like, that must be kind of hard to ice skate in.
Yeah.
Like, because she's doing flips and stuff. Yeah. Like,
denim is like sturdy though, so a lot less like ice burn when you slide across.
She's doing like triple axles and stuff.
It's not I'm sure it's leggings and not jeans. This ancient kingdom invented spandex long before we ever did, specifically so Annika could ice skate.
So I said there's some nice shadows when she's ice skating.
Yeah,
and the animation's pretty good, I'd say.
Yeah,
because
par.
Have you seen what's that anime called with the ice skating boys?
Yuri on Ice.
Yeah.
Shit, I said that too fast. I actually haven't watched it.
You haven't watched it?
No,
Why did you? Okay, this is our.
That's worse. That's worse that I knew immediately, but also haven't watched it. I would like to take a quick aside and just say that a podcast I was listening to at the time that it came out was obsessed with it, so they were talking about it every single episode.
Oh, what was it?
Well, not every single episode, but on like 4 episodes in a row, Griffin McElroy from My Brother and Me talked about Yuri on Ice, and I was like, okay, I guess I kind of know what this is about.
That's funny that they listened or watched it.
Yeah, he's a weeb, so it's fine.
Oh, I was gonna say, are you a weeb? You knew that too fast.
Sarah, are you a weeb? Felicia, I think you're the one who went to Japan this summer.
Okay, fine, but I was just gonna. I'll talk about this more in the animation. Because when we're talking about the art, because I do. Some people during the anime were like, "Oh, the ice skating's like not as good as it could be." But and so I was thinking for some reason,
animating is hard.
Yeah.
Okay. As someone who occasionally dabbles in animation,
yeah, there's like certain
Stop
stuff
being
I
mean.
almost feel like why would you? I mean, no, that sounds bad. Like, you have to animate dancing and ice skating in sometimes.
Yeah.
But like, in the class I'm taking right now, we're kind of talking about animation and stuff, and like, we've like, I watched this whole lecture thing, and my teacher was talking about the lecture, he was talking about how like you shouldn't animate certain tasks because it's just like too hard to animate, and that's like kind of what I was thinking about with ice skating. But like
the way that we never see Barbie eat.
Probably.
We saw her eat a cookie in one episode.
I don't think she like even put it in her mouth though.
Oh yeah, I think she brought it up to her mouth and then put a bitten cookie back on the plate.
But that's what in my storyboarding class, that's like what they tell you should do. Like, you should just cut to the next thing. You shouldn't have them like, you shouldn't have to make the animators animate like small tasks like opening doors or like taking stuff out of your bag. You should just
taking clothing off.
You should just cut to it like being the clothing already being off. You shouldn't have to make them like do it because that's mean to the animators.
Also, if you already have like the model, like especially if it's like 3D animation, if you already have the model with like clothes and then you have a version of it without clothes, like the whole like changing of the shapes with it coming off, apparently, I don't know because I don't do 3D animation, is bullshit, and no one wants you to do that. No animator wants you to do that.
But I guess in this movie they must have had a vision. They're like, let's have Barbie be an ice skating princess. So.
Go Barbie and her ice skating.
Okay, so when she's skating, there's a polar bear
with terrifying human eyes.
It has very long eyeshadow goals.
Yeah, eyelashes for days.
Eyelashes.
I was just gonna let you say it. Don't worry, no. I wasn't gonna call you out.
What's it called? Eyelashes.
Mascara.
Yes. Well, like,
falsies.
It's like when you see someone with really nice eyelashes, though, and you're like, "Wow, those are really good."
Yeah, and you're like, "Oh my god, you look like a wild deer."
Eyeshadow. Oh. Why do I keep saying stuff wrong?
Because we just say it wrong normally, and I wouldn't have called you out on it in a normal conversation either. It was just because I knew what you meant.
Well, we were talking because when we watched the movie together, and we were like, "Wow, those eyelashes, like."
Disgusting.
But like some animals, have really nice eyelashes,
Yes. Like giraffes and deer.
Certain cats, I feel like.
But
polar bears.
Those polar bears don't. Also, those eyes were incredibly human. They were like, they looked like, when you draw an eye and you have like the tight corners on either side and a little bit of like pink on the inside of the inside corners, because like that's where your meat is when you're closing your eyelids.
No.
The bear had that, and bears don't have that. Bears look different.
You know what? The bear didn't really have like fur, kind of, did it?
No, it was just kind of like a white puffball.
Yeah.
Also,
Okay.
it made baby noises, and I hated it.
And then I said, Shiver is adopted. So basically, this bear comes up to her and falls in like a snowbank, right?
Yeah.
And then she's like, it's shivering. And then she's like, a polar bear that shivers. I'm going to name you Shiver. And then she just takes him home.
Yep.
Very little, like...
As you do.
Yeah, I think Annika's kind of crazy. I'm going to get...
She's insane.
I'm going to get into this because I don't really know about her. So, okay. When she's sneaking back inside with her polar bear under her arm, as you do, she runs into her parents, and her parents are like, her parents worry too much.
Yeah.
And they're like, the only way to keep you safe is no more ice skating.
Yeah, which I feel like there's other ways to keep people safe, but
and what else did I say? Oh, then Barbie says, Annika says,
it's okay, we can call her Barbie, it's fine. It's just Barbie.
It says okay, I don't know if this movie, like, I was gonna say this scene could be funny, but I don't know if it's self-aware enough to be funny. But when Barbie's running away, she says, "You're ruining my life."
Yes, she went full teenager, which, I mean, she's a parent, and
she looks like she's like 25 though.
Yeah, which Barbie always looks like.
But I just feel like her model, she's not youthful, really. She has such like a mature body and stuff.
Exactly.
Know? And she's like pretty tall.
Yeah.
I'm like, what do you think she was, 17?
Yeah, I think they said 16.
We find out also that it's her birthday, right?
Yeah. She said, on my birthday.
Yeah. Which, like, is kind of random.
Hi, I'm Barbie, and I've been trapped in my house by my worrywart parents.
And then, I said it's her birthday, and I said, baby noises, because
yes, bear makes
Shiver
baby noises.
is making baby noises. Yeah.
And obsessed with shiny things.
Oh,
in her...
we find this out because it goes into her trunk.
Yes, her dress-up trunk.
What do you call those?
Trunk Club. Sponsor us.
What?
That's another. But
I don't know. I feel like
a chest.
Maybe a chest.
It's not a dresser. It just has a bunch of clothes lying around in it.
Yeah, and like jewelry.
And a couple of like fake rings.
So yeah, Shiver puts on the rings, and she's like, oh, Shiver, and then she like looks out the window, and there's a party going on, right? So then she sneaks out.
Yeah.
So I don't really remember how she finds out about the party.
She I think she sees two people ice skating past the palace, and she's like, at least somebody's having fun on my birthday. And she's like, let's go out, Shiver. So then she like sneaks down the hall, grabs her ice skates from her dad's room or whatever.
Oh yeah, because he's, no more ice skating. She's wearing a nice pink dress too. Mm-hmm. Lots of layers in the dress. And yeah, she goes to the party.
She's a show off.
With the ice skates.
Yes.
She starts ice skating.
With the bear.
Oh yeah, I don't know where she okay, they bring the bear everywhere in this movie.
I don't understand.
They're like obsessed with the bear.
The bear is a hindrance at every turn. Just put the bear in a baby crib and let the parents take care of it. Like, oh my gosh. Yeah, but so she goes out to the ice rink, which is just a frozen lake, and she starts ice skating, and all the locals are like, oh, shit, it's the princess.
Oops, sorry.
It's okay. Your Majesty.
Yeah.
And
yeah, she's showing off. She's doing tricks and stuff.
Yeah.
She's like doing the Olympic style skating, and they're all just like, okay, we're just skating around in circles.
Yeah, they were just like dancing on the ice, like slow dancing kind of. Where am I in my notes?
She's lost in the dance.
Yes.
When Evil arrives.
Yeah.
And his name is Wenlock.
Wenlock on his terrifying hippogriff.
Oh, hippogriff.
Yeah.
I didn't write it down because I didn't. It's a griffin, but it's
like, okay, so it's like a griffin. So it's the head of an eagle
Oh, okay.
The body of a lion.
Body of a lion.
And I don't know what else it is. But I remember them calling it a hippogriff, so.
Is its feet like bird?
Yeah, I think so. Let's look up hippogriff. Anyways.
Wait, is a griffin? Griffin's not a real thing, right?
No.
Is that like two of those things?
Yeah, I think. Yeah. Yeah. Paste. And go.
Tell us what a hippogriff is.
A hippogriff is a magical beast that has the front legs, wings, giant head of an eagle, and the tail of a horse. What? Yeah, so it's a half eagle, half horse. And then a griffin is that, but instead of a horse, it's a lion.
I feel like it had a lion body.
Yeah. Then it might be a griffin. And they just call... I feel like I remember them calling it a hippogriff. So maybe the people just didn't know what they were talking about.
So basically... he has different colored eyes.
Yeah. Weird flex.
And he like proposes to Annika. And he's like super creepy. And he's like, marry me and stuff.
He's like, everyone wants me.
And like...
you want me too.
He proposes to her, and it's very
very anti-consent culture.
Yeah, not like nice. He's like, just marry me, and like she's like, who are you? And then he brings up, he's like, oh, you don't want to end up like
your sister.
Yeah,
because her parents have like come down at this point.
Did they come down?
Yeah,
maybe. Well, he says like, oh, your other daughter, and then she's like, Annika, right? She's like,
I had a sister?
Other daughter? I have a sister? Oh my gosh. And then...
And he's like, I haven't seen you guys for, what has it been, 16, 17
like,
years?
I wrote down multiple wives.
Yeah.
Because he's all like, I have so many wives. Well, the king is like, aren't you married? And he's like, whatever, like, I have a bunch of wives.
2 or 3 times.
And then he's like, they're not good enough.
They're annoying.
They misbehave, blah, blah, blah. He's like really creepy, you know? Mm-hmm. And I wrote creep.
Yes, I wrote disgusting creep. So we're on the same page with that one.
Then he starts shooting the citizens. Oh, the king and queen first, probably, with the petrifying things so they turn to stone.
Yeah.
And then he shoots like the civilians.
Yeah. So everyone's frozen, and he's like, you have 3 days to marry me, or this will be permanent. Mm-hmm. And then this magic.
Like, yeah, right is... I guess I shouldn't have interrupted you.
Right as he's giving her this threat, a magic pink Pegasus comes and saves her. And I wrote in parentheses, the Pegasus is definitely her sister.
It's a spoiler.
It's a spoiler for 10 minutes ahead in the movie.
Okay.
At most.
I said next ugly clouds because they go to the cloud kingdom.
Oh,
and I gotta say, I like the animation in this movie, but the clouds...
That's the other thing about this movie is it was meant to be a 3D movie. Like, it was meant to come with those, like, paper 3D glasses. Yeah,
but I think old 3D, not, like, new 3D.
Oh, no. Like, the red and blue 3D that you... I was like, ugh.
I think Journey to the Center of the Earth. Do you know that movie?
Yes, I remember that movie. Was that the one with The Rock?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
It was...
If it wasn't The Rock, it was a different guy.
But, like, that was, like, a 3D movie where that came with, like, the red and blue 3D glasses. I think that's the only movie I got with that. But, yeah, it wasn't impressive.
Woof.
The fact that Barbie tried to make a 3D movie, that's pretty ambitious.
Mm-hmm. Barbie's cutting edge.
Yeah, but I think sometimes, like, with the clouds, I felt like they went too detailed, and it would have been better if they did, like, more simpler clouds. Because with all that weird shading and stuff, yeah, I was like, what are we looking at? They're just, like, weird blobs. Oh, there's 3 Kellys in the Cloud Kingdom. So I said Kelly placement, because you know that they sold toys for these 3 Kelly girls.
Oh, yes, Kelly/Shelly.
And they're 3 little probably Pegasuses too.
Oh, yeah.
Because they had 3 Pegasuses and the 3 Kellys. Which I have questions about the Cloud Kingdom because are the three Kellys the only people that live there? That's
Where did these children come from? Why are they exhausted?
They're not children, right? Because they say something like,
oh yeah,
didn't they say something about, or no, they're not human. Because she's like, oh, this is the only time we've had another human here besides your sister.
My sister?
Oh, that's a spoiler. Well, I'm almost to that part.
Yeah.
But oh, I said clunk. I don't know what this word is. I thought it was clunky, but it looks like chunky ice skates. Because she brings these ice skates around everywhere, and they're kind of chunky.
Oh, yeah. Oh, also, that was when she took the ice skates off in one scene. They were back on her feet in another, and then they were off again.
Yeah,
at the next
she kept taking them off and putting them back on.
Yeah, but, like, without the action showing it. So, like, you knew that the animators just kind of forgot that they were supposed to have this off already.
Whenever she was riding the Pegasus, like, because she always puts her feet to one side, you know, like a proper lady when riding the Pegasus.
Yeah.
So you see the ice skates on the horse, so I was like, oh, she's wearing them, and then she takes them off, and then the next scene they fly to, like, another location, she's
wearing them again.
And I'm like, what's happening? Yeah, they must have forgotten or something.
Just used the wrong character model,
so
I guess.
They meet the Cloud Queen. I don't remember her name.
Yeah, me neither. The Cloud Queen.
They call her the Cloud Queen, I feel like, so it's okay if we call her. Oh, and then this is the reveal where she's like, when the Kellys is like, we haven't seen a human here in whatever 17 years, and then they're like, your sister, which is the Pegasus that took her there.
Whose name is Brietta.
Which I think is funny because she just found out she had a sister, and like immediately she meets her sister, and like. Yeah.
Is saved by her sister.
But it's weird. I think it's weird that the Kellys says that because it's not like she's a human when she shows up. She was like a Pegasus, right?
Yeah.
So truly there's no other humans in the Cloud Kingdom.
Yeah. This person who was formerly human, now Pegasi.
Okay, so 17 years ago, Wenlock tried to marry...
Brietta.
Which I think is creepy, like...
Oh, it's very gross.
I do feel like he's like one of the creepier villains of the franchise.
Yeah, and it was her 16th birthday also.
I think it's 17th. We decided, right?
Yeah, you're probably right.
It's either 16, 17, or 18.
Yeah.
I feel like
we'll shoot for the middle and say 17.
I feel like she said 17 at one point.
Okay.
Because also, like, when Wenlock first showed up, he, like, looked at the king and he was like, he said, like, Pops, I haven't seen you in 17 years or whatever. And at first I was like, oh, that's his dad, you know? But then I was like, why is he trying to marry the daughter?
Hey, is this his Shadowhunters bullshit again?
Oh my gosh. I'm ready to talk about that, but I don't want to, like, maybe we can talk about it next episode because I don't want to record too long. But I have a lot of thoughts about Shadowhunters because I listened to the next audiobook in the series. How long have we been recording?
Oh, I don't know. I was just checking to make sure it was still recording because I have flashbacks from, was it Swan Lake?
Yeah, one time we were recording and it didn't record.
Oh, God, we got halfway through it and then I just wanted to die because I was also jet lagged. It was a hard night.
Yeah, well, like, I looked at the laptop and it was like, it had some sort of error message, right?
Yeah.
But the screen's on. I'm looking at it now.
Yes, I know. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so, like, I don't know, because his, like, in Princess and the Pauper, like, he also wanted to marry Annalise, right?
Yes. Yes, Preminger, not Behringer. Behringer is the name of the microphones we use. That is why it came to our mind.
Yeah, Preminger wanted to marry Annalise, but it wasn't in such like a... Because he just wanted to marry her for her wealth.
Yeah, he just wanted to marry her for the power.
But I feel like Wenlock's kind of like more like he just wants to like...
He just wants a spicy young thing.
He just wants to like collect women in a creepy way.
Yeah.
It's kind of like...
It's women as objects.
Yeah, that's
gross.
What I was thinking. But like, you know how there's that movie that everyone likes... where they're riding in cars and he has a bunch of wives, the evil guy.
Oh, Mad Max Fury Road.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of that.
Yeah, I see it.
Because the guy's like creepy and he wants a bunch of wives.
Yes.
And like they're like slaves.
Yep.
It's sad.
Anyways, and then the Cloud Queen lets them know that there is one possibility for saving her entire village and parents, a wand of light, and she tells her that it's a measure of courage, like it's It's a couple of items.
Three things.
It's made of 3 things. A measure of courage.
I'm surprised if you can remember them because I don't remember them at all.
Okay, let me think.
It's like
a ring of true love or something along those lines.
Mm-hmm.
And
the most confusing one.
Oh gosh. And a
gem of
ice of ice
melted by pure
a gem of ice containing an eternal flame.
Oh, eternal flame.
Woo! And then Annika probably says, "That's only 3 things."
That's my favorite line. Okay, Annika.
What?
He's weirdly optimistic in this whole movie, and it's kind of unsettling.
Okay.
Because she keeps being like really optimistic in times where she just needs to be sensitive, I feel like, to her sister.
Yes.
And everyone around her. But she's just like, that's only 3 things.
I am going to get out like a diagnostic book and just figure out what is up with Annika's brain.
So, Brietta gets a bell from the Cloud Queen.
Mm-hmm.
I wrote, she's too optimistic. And what is the cloud? It like gives her. I thought it transported her back home, but that's not true.
It allows her to like contact the Cloud Queen whenever she may need her. Like, so like she'll like know what she needs and like send it or something. I thought it was gonna be like the locket again from Nutcracker, where it was like it opened and she magically got transported. But
yeah,
I think it was just kind of like in your hour of need, call upon us with this.
So they go to the Forbidden Forest to look for the measure of courage,
as one does.
Which the Forbidden Forest, that reminds me of. Have you played not Breath of the Wild? We were playing Breath of the Wild earlier.
Yeah.
Have you played the Wind Waker?
I played a little bit of it with my friend in middle school, but it was her brother's copy, so he got mad at us when we overwrote his save file, and so I only got like 2 hours into it.
It's like my favorite game of all time. But you should play it.
Okay.
But there's a the forest dungeon in that game is called the Forsaken Fortress, and then the Forbidden Forest? No, but that's what's called in Barbie. Mm-hmm. I don't know. It's an FF, like...
Yeah.
What's it?
It's an alliteration.
And then we see, like... I was going to say Preminger. Wenlock, right? Wenlock? Why are you looking at me like you don't know?
When do we see him?
No, we see... No, I was going to say we see Wenlock and his wives.
Oh, yes.
Because he's being horrible to his wives.
Yeah, we see Wenlock.
And they're all transformed into, like...
He has 3 gnomes / trolls.
Gnomes.
Gnome wives.
Think in the last movie there was a fungus. They look kind of like the fungus.
They do.
You know, they're short. They're kind of green.
Yes. And then it cuts back to
she's looking
Forest.
for the measure of courage. And they brought Shiver along too.
God damn it, Shiver.
And then Shiver falls down. Oh wait.
She falls down a slide.
And then Shiver's falling down a slide. Annika. Annika. I'm so bad with names.
It's fine.
Annika and Brietta get
I'm
trapped
so proud of
in
you.
a net, right?
Yeah. And this hot dude comes out of the forest and he's like, "What are you doing here?"
Yeah, and I think this is interesting because he's the first like bad boy kind of we've seen.
We love a bad boy
in the Barbie universe.
Yes, more bad boys.
Aiden.
Okay, Dominic kind of feels a little bit like a bad boy, just in his dress-up sense, but maybe he's just a theater kid. Those things are hard to differentiate.
What do you mean, the guy from Princess and the Pauper?
Yeah.
He's not a bad boy, though.
He's like...
He doesn't do anything like bad.
No, okay.
Okay, Aiden has a dark backstory.
Ooh,
okay,
yes.
My sister dated a guy named Aiden in, like, middle school, and he was, like, a brony, so that's all...
No!
That's all that
Lexi! Oh my god! Yes, dox Lexi on the podcast.
So that's all that Aiden makes me think about. Mm-hmm. So it's funny because we were just talking about My Little Pony earlier.
Oh my god, what is wrong with us?
I was actually thinking, like, I was looking for stuff to watch on Netflix, and I was like, maybe I'll just, like, binge watch My Little Pony for
Oof. You know what you should... Yeah. You know what you should binge watch?
What?
Barbie Life in the Dream House.
No, but I think I'm gonna wait to watch it.
You'll watch it with me?
Yeah. I want to have if we do a podcast on it. Well, how many episodes did you say it was?
I don't even know, man.
It has multiple seasons.
It's like on Netflix, they just have like a best of kind of thing. So I don't know where to find each episode individually. I'll Google it.
I feel like I looked it up at some point when we were talking about it. Almost like My Little because I don't know why, but I keep thinking of like after we finish all the Barbie movies, where can we go next? We could watch. I was looking
My Scene.
Okay.
Bratz. Ever After High.
Yes, Ever After High in My Scene.
Polly Pocket. We could also just keep talking to each other because that's basically all we do right now.
No, I was looking at Netflix for stuff to watch, and we saw like there's a little spin-off for My Little Pony where they're like humans, so it's like an alternate universe type thing.
Okay.
So, but I think it's like the same voice actors, but like it's in a high school. It's called like Equestria High or whatever.
Okay.
So
I'm intrigued.
I think it's a movie. I'll try to look it up.
Okay.
But actually, this is related because one of the voice actor of Shiver in this movie is Madison from the My Scene franchise. And Madison is one of them. You don't know the My Scenes at all.
No, I'm sorry.
Madison is like the right hand of Barbie, kind of. She's like the second most popular one. So she's like a pretty big deal. There's only 3 My Scene movies. Okay. So it's like not... They also had a bunch of web shorts, though. Of course, I watched them all.
Of course.
This was like early like computer days, like 2004 or whatever.
Oh my god. I miss the Barbie website from 2000s. It was so good. Okay. So
Aiden shows up. He's a bad boy. He's like, I'll cut you down, but whatever,
Yeah.
I don't really know
fucking
what else
care.
he does.
And then she's like, my like polar bear Shiver went down that slide, and he's like, fuck your polar bear then, I guess. And he's like, you're an idiot for wanting to go save Shiver.
Yeah, and then she just jumps
and then she's like, okay, I'll go do it alone. And he's like, what the who is this woman?
Yeah,
so
it's just funny though, because I want to know why he's just like chilling in the Forbidden Forest. Like, that's never really explained.
He's living his deep dark life.
Does he work there?
Do you think there's employers in the deep dark forest?
Well, like, why is he there?
Remember, he ran away because of his dark backstory.
Okay, we're gonna get to his dark backstory. So we're supposed to, really sympathize with the Aiden.
I feel like his dark backstory doesn't really take place very long ago. I feel like it's probably like 2 weeks ago, and he's just been chilling in the forest for like 2 weeks.
I guess that's funny because I feel like in the flashback he looks like the same age.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I think he's like.
How old do you think he is? Because he's like. Oh, those are my neighbor's dogs.
Oh, Dirk and Toby. I know the dogs' names.
I wonder if I feel like I was gonna say my roommate, but it's like it is my roommate, but I don't see her. So
yes,
it's like
your wall sharer.
Yeah.
I wonder if she's being annoyed by us.
I guess it's like
I'll try to be quieter.
I guess it's like my neighbor, but it's weird because we share a building. I guess that's like in an apartment.
It's like apartments kind of, except this is basically a house.
It's a duplex.
There we go.
I don't know. Maybe it's just because because like the whole house we share this wall. So
yeah.
Okay, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't.
I live in a duplex.
Felicia's cool, guys. She lives in a duplex. Anyways, so Aiden's like, fuck your pet Shiver.
So she falls into a stew.
Yes.
There's this giant named Ollie.
Yes.
I kind of zoned out with this one. Gotta say.
Me a little bit too. And then there's a lot of fun 3D scene parts.
He's cutting a bunch of vegetables and throwing them at our face. You can really tell that
they were
3D.
They were 3D in it.
Yeah. He throws a bunch. Like especially in this scene, I feel like they were like, let's do a bunch of 3D stuff. Because don't you feel like in the rest of the movie they were like not as focused on it, but they were like Ollie, because they like he cuts stuff and he like moves it close to the camera.
Yeah, and then he puts his face in the pot at one point so you can like see his nose up close.
Yeah,
as we all want to.
What bothered me though is they're cutting a bunch of vegetables and he's like cooking them, but there's like no base to the stew, and that really bothers me. Like, where's the vegetable stock? Where's
the anything? It's like no, because it's like if all your ingredients are dry, you're just gonna burn them on the bottom. Like unless you're like caramelizing an onion and then you're gonna like deglaze it after with some stuff. But
But,
that's
like, you
not
still
what he was
need,
doing.
like oil or something, right?
Yeah.
You can't just put something on a pan and then like. There's not even any hot water. Okay, I just don't understand what Ollie's
Sponsored by Blue Apron.
I just don't understand what Ollie's trying to cook here. Okay,
I'm sorry, all my jokes are just about being sponsored. Because we're
really want to
not.
get sponsored.
No, it's fine. I'd rather just talk to you.
Or like sponsored by HelloFresh. My parents were very dedicated to HelloFresh for a while.
Oh.
Very fancy. And then like for some reason, Annika starts roasting the giant. She starts insulting him, but like her plan is kind of like
Dumb?
like I don't know why she was so convinced it would work. You know?
So she's like, "Oh, you call yourself a giant? You're so scrawny." And then Ollie's like, what does that mean?" And then she's like, like weak, puny, tiny. And he's like, "Ollie is so strong. What are you talking about?" And then, oh my God. And then she's like, "Well, there's another giant next door."
She makes him do all this stuff, basically, to prove his worth. And then one of the things is she's like, "Oh, the giant next door can lock himself to a pillar and
with a giant
throw away
chain.
the key.
And then
get
break
out.
out in one flex."
Yeah, so she takes the...
Oh, and she says, like, the giant next door can, like, break his door in a single, like kick, and so he kicks open the door so she can get out.
Yeah, so she takes a carrot that he threw into the stew, and then she takes the ribbon out of her hair, and she ties the carrot to the ribbon, and she throws it, and then uses it as like
a grappling hook, because she's Batman now.
She's Batman. And then she climbs up the ribbon. Oh, and Shiver's in there, so they like come out.
So she has to put Shiver on her back.
I gotta say, I don't think any ribbon in your hair would be strong enough to pull your whole weight.
I don't think a carrot, no matter how large, wouldn't snap with a whole human and bear cub's weight attached to it.
But like, what kind of ribbon is... Okay, but what would break first, the carrot or the ribbon?
Ooh, this is like a chicken and an egg scenario.
I think the ribbon would break first.
I say carrot.
Really?
Yeah. Well, a carrot's only as strong as your finger. How, like, I feel like
But it's a really big carrot.
a carrot's only as strong as a giant's finger.
Well, I don't know.
I don't know either, man.
Because, like, do you think, like, if you wrap it around, you throw it, and then you pull it, like, it would rip where the thing is tied?
Yeah. Like, I feel like it would pull it in half.
Guess we need to recreate.
Okay, let's go get in a giant stew and get this done. I call Shiver because I don't want to be crazy. Just a baby obsessed with sparkles.
Yeah, so that's how they escape, I guess.
Mm-hmm. And then...
I'm on the wrong page. I was reading. It says talking Pegasus saves the day, but that was like from the first part. I was like, what does this mean?
Okay, and so they get away from the giant, and then she finds Aiden and Brietta, and she's like, "Oh yeah, we got away like using my hair tie or whatever," and Brietta's like,
and she's holding it out.
Yeah, she's like, "Hold that up. Oh my God, that ribbon is your exact measure. A measure of courage." And then with those words, it turns into like a stick, like a wand stick.
But this is like my favorite part of the movie, though.
Okay.
Because I like how I thought from this scene that everything that makes up the wand would be something that was with her all along. But that's not true. It's just this one thing. Yeah. So it was kind of misleading.
The other thing...
Okay. But that was from her sister. I thought it would be stuff that she had.
Yeah.
Well, I guess maybe it was like, because one thing is from her, one thing's from Aiden, and then one thing's from her sister.
Yeah, even though Aiden got the other thing. Anyways, let's continue so we stop being weird. And
okay.
Aiden says he'll help her because she said something about second chances. Like he wants to leave, and then she's like, "I need a second chance for my family. I made a mistake." And then that stops in his tracks, and you're like, "Oh, it has to do with his tragic backstory."
Yeah. So Aiden, like, he knows a place that sells gems, and the next thing is a gem of eternal flame. What is it?
A gem of ice, lit by an eternal flame.
You don't know about his dark backstory yet, okay?
No, I didn't say it.
Okay, I thought you were gonna leading up to
No, I was just saying that, like, there's something that made him stop.
He said everyone deserves a second chance, right?
Yeah.
Because we know he wants a second chance of something he did.
Yes.
What
was
could it
it?
be?
What could it be? Who did he murder?
So he goes to a jeweler
This guy, Ferris.
guy. Oh, you know his name.
I wrote it down.
And she's like, "Oh, do you have a gem of ice lit by eternal flame?" Which, like, if you were like a jeweler or whatever, what would you think?
What? Go look in a freezer. Jeez, lady.
So, but he's like, "Oh, with enough."
I may have heard of something.
Yeah, if like, you pay him. So she gives him the ice skates.
Yeah.
Which is a big sacrifice. She loves skating.
Yeah.
That's all we know about Annika,
yeah.
really.
And Aiden was originally going to give up his sword, which seems a lot more useful to, like, than ice skates.
Well, but, like, she's a princess, so her ice skates might be, like, diamond encrusted or whatever.
Okay. I'll let that one go.
I don't know.
I'm going to take my nitpick away. That was a good point.
She's really rich, probably.
Yeah. She wealthy. Anyway, so Ferris gives them a map. He's like, go about your business. And then Shiver tries to take a ring.
Because the reason that she wanted, because she finds out that Aiden made the sword, and so she's like, when we get all the pieces for the wand, we need a blacksmith to put it together. So that's why. Did you already say this?
No.
Okay.
I just totally forgot.
Well, because I thought this was after, but I was just reading my notes because that was before they go to Ferris. Okay. So Ferris gives them a map, right?
Yeah,
and
for the
like,
ice skates.
Suddenly his demeanor changes and he's like, take it, like...
I don't want anything to do with it.
Yeah,
the last guy who had this turned to ash the next day.
Which is funny because he's probably been holding on to this map for a while, right?
Yeah.
But suddenly, after talking about it, he's like...
ash.
So they're going up a mountain, right?
Mm-hmm.
And...
they get into a storm, so they sit by a fire.
But man, I missed another fun thing, though.
Oh, okay, sorry.
He presents them a wedding ring, and then they're both like,
No, it's not like that.
Yeah, it's not like that. We're not together. Oh my god.
Oh my god, why would you think that? A man, a woman, and a Pegasus alone traveling with a bear cub? How could you ever?
But they're like going up this mountain, and the sister Pegasus... Brietta's exhausted.
Yeah.
So
they stop in a cave.
His horse, which they don't really care about it, guys.
Yeah, this poor horse. It doesn't even have a name. It's just like, at least in Rapunzel, the horse, despite being incredibly badly animated, had like a name, which was Marzipan. No, wait, that was Nutcracker. Botticelli was the name of the horse in Rapunzel.
Oh.
Don't at me.
Very fancy. I forgot about that.
Botticelli is the name of the painter who did the Venus painting.
We talked about this.
Yes, I remembered.
Is it The Birth of Venus?
Yes, thank you.
Is that the one with the shell or no?
Yes, that's the one with the shell.
I'm cultured.
You are cultured. I just took art history once, so I kind of know a couple things.
Yeah, so we flash sideways to Wenlock, and he's at the same...
I love the term flash sideways. You are my favorite person in the entire world.
Well, it's supposed to be taking place at the same time,
yes,
I guess.
Yes.
So he goes to the gem shop, whatever, and he's like, oh, have you seen the girl?
Have you seen a girl who looks like she should probably be my wife? And he's like, oh, I don't know.
But does he say that he saw a girl in a Pegasus, or was it just the guy? Why do I not remember?
I don't remember either.
Or did she say, I saw a girl and a guy? Because he doesn't know who Aiden is, right? I don't think so.
Mm-mm. He said some black.
Oh, he was just like, why was she here? Is she really trying to get the Wand of Light? Because he knew some... Oh, because he's like, oh, the girl was crazy and she was talking about a gem of ice lit by eternal... Which I think could have been avoided if she wasn't so specific.
Yeah.
So then he was like, oh my gosh, she's looking for the Wand of Light. I have to stop her.
Yeah.
He's like... He doesn't think it's real, but he still wants to make sure that she doesn't get it.
Yeah. Just in case. He's superstitious. We all are. We're all at least a little stitious. So then Wenlock turns Ferris into a doormat.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
It's very weird animation.
Oh, yeah.
This is
It's
very
rough.
video game-like.
Yeah.
Because it reminds me of, have you played keep asking if you played video games. Luigi's Mansion.
No, I haven't.
Because in Luigi's Mansion, the whole plot is like Mario's stuck in a picture frame and Luigi has to save him from this mansion. So
I had a recovered memory. I did play Luigi's Mansion with my cousin once when I was really little. Like, I must have been like 7 or something. Like,
it's like my favorite game of all time.
it was like,
I know I said that about
really
Wind Waker.
young.
They're
Yeah,
like
it's
my
fine.
top.
They're my top 2, Sarah. God, stop asking. Yeah, but like I was really bad at it. He was like, I got so freaked out by the booze, and so I just watched him play it.
I like to play it every Halloween. Me and my sister are actually fighting over like, because she has a GameCube right now. I had it last school year, but when I moved, I was like, when I was in Korea, I was like, you can have it because I'm not going to use it.
Yeah.
And then now she won't give it back to me, so it's all right.
It's because you're not giving her back the Switch, okay? One of you gets one of them.
No, the Switch is mine though. I actually bought it myself.
Okay,
the
never mind.
GameCube was like a family, okay, when you're a kid,
yes,
and your family gets. Wait, are you an only child?
Yes, I'm sorry. I'm so
when your
sorry.
family for Christmas gets a console, who gets it when they're older? You know,
probably the parents. Does your dad want to play Luigi's Mansion this Halloween?
No, he only cares about Mario Kart. There's like no other video game he'll play.
That's adorable.
It's like,
I tried to get my dad to play Mario Kart with me one time, but I had him do it with me on the Switch, like on the little screen. We were sitting at the kitchen counter, and he was like, "I can't even see who I am."
That's funny.
See, I had an advantage by doing that because I have better eyesight than my dad.
Well, it's like, I don't know, but like obviously when you're a kid, you think like the GameCube's like $1,000, you know,
yeah,
like $100 is like so much money.
Yeah.
But like, how much do you think the GameCube really cost in like 2005? Like $100?
Maybe like I'm gonna guess $129.99.
One day I'll look it up and find out. Because actually, we were like, oh, maybe we should just buy another GameCube. Well, the Wii plays GameCube games, so we were like, we could buy another Wii or we could buy another GameCube. I don't know which one's better. So we're like, which one do you think would be cheaper? And then I was like, the GameCube looks cooler, but the Wii's probably cheaper, I feel like, because more people had it.
Yeah. Also, it can play newer games, whereas you can't go take newer ones and put them into the GameCube. Even though the design of the GameCube is superior.
Well, the thing is, I would take the Wii that can also play GameCube games, but our Wii, like, kind of has been doing weird stuff. So you can't play it for like more than 20 minutes without it like stopping. So it's okay though, because we copied all the Wii data onto the Wii U, but the problem is the Wii U can't play GameCube games. So it's like a whole thing.
Rest in peace.
But I really last Christmas,
I gave you my heart.
Yeah, I was gonna think about that. Last Halloween, I played Luigi's Mansion, so Lexi's like, it's my turn to play it. So we'll figure it out, but
you could always just convince her and Lucas to come down for a good old-fashioned Oregon State Halloween. A week long of disgusting partying where you go insane. I was Catwoman at least one night for 4 years in a row. I did Catwoman every night.
I really want to play Luigi's Mansion, though.
Okay.
I'm really hoping that... Luigi's Mansion is coming out on the Switch.
I know, I saw that. I actually really want to get it. It looks fun.
But I really hope they'll release the old one, re-release the old one.
Rather than just number 3 on the Switch.
Yeah.
Because it's the third one that's coming out, right?
But it's weird because the second one was on the DS, and I didn't really play it. I checked it out from the library, but I didn't get very far. So I'm kind of salty that they're calling it the third one, because I feel like it's truly the second one.
Yeah. Because if the second one was only available on the DS, how many people were actually able to access it, you know?
Yeah. So, like... But then we were talking about how the Switch is the console and
the
handheld, so they're merging it together. Yeah. I don't remember what I was talking about. Oh, because in Luigi's Mansion, Mario's in a
trapped in a picture frame,
and it looks
like
just
the doormat.
Like the animation of the doormat. He walks over. Wenlock turns him into the doormat, and it just reminds me exactly of how Mario's in the picture frame.
I love us so much. We're made of tangents. It's fine.
That was such a roundabout tangent. No. But yeah, so anyway, he's like, even he paid him to like when
Yeah.
to remember like the girl was there, but then he like obviously he took the money and turned it into a doormat. So you know Wenlock's no good. He won't even pay these shady guys.
Yeah, gosh, being a criminal, it just doesn't pay as much as it used to. So flash sideways to Aiden and Annika and Brietta all in the cave after a good night's sleep, where they get out, and then
for some reason they go outside after spending the night in the cave.
And she's like, only one day left before blah blah blah.
But like they sleep in the cave, right? And then in the morning she sees like the ice thing, and then they fly to the top of it because they're like, oh, it's
Hope. Okay. Oh, it's Hope.
I don't remember this part really.
No, don't worry. I kind of remember this. So they walk outside, and she's like, oh my gosh, what's a better eternal flame than the sun? And look at that iceberg over there, or glacier. There we go. That's the land version of an iceberg. And
is it?
yes, I don't know. It's lit by the sun. That's where the diamond must be.
I don't really like this part because I feel like it's very
it feels
roundabout. It doesn't make any sense.
It feels dumb. Anyways,
it's like Aladdin.
Yes,
they go to the top of the ice thingy. Mm-hmm. That's what you said when we were watching, and you're like, you're right.
Yeah.
I need to rewatch Aladdin though. But didn't they say something like you can't take?
Yeah. So I quoted
a pure
it.
Heart can.
Yeah, only the diamond in the rough can take stuff from Aladdin, and in
Jafar.
Yeah, Jafar
couldn't go in,
but
so
Aladdin
that's why
could.
he had Aladdin go in, right?
Yeah. So the sign in front of the this is another thing. Aiden's able to read this like mystic language, and it's never explained. He's just like, you pick things up in the Forbidden Forest, and I was like, this has got to be part of his tragic backstory. It is not. He just knows how to read runes, apparently.
Oh, you're right. I totally forgot about that.
Yeah, I'm mad about it. And so they go in.
What does it say? Only take
only what you need, but never from greed.
Oh.
And so they go and they get the Gem of Hope and stuff. And so she
picks out a gem and nothing happens.
Yeah, and then he starts to pick one up, and she's like, no, don't take from greed. And he's like, I'm not. And then he picks it up.
He picks up and everything's fine.
Yeah.
And then
Shiver.
They take Shiver for some reason.
Why would you bring the greedy bear who likes sparkles? Oh my god.
Oh wait, is this the scene where there's also another slide where they slide into the thing?
Yes.
Because there's like a recurring theme of
so
slides.
many goddamn slides.
Because inside the Magic Cloud Kingdom, there's like a slide that Shiver goes down.
Yes.
There's like a bunch of slides for Shiver to go down. And Shiver's like obsessed with slides for some reason. Can find them all the time.
She's a baby, I guess.
But okay, whatever. And then Shiver takes the gems. And obviously, I guess it's from greed. So.
Yeah. Well, because she likes the shiny. So they have to fly out of there real quick because the entire cave starts to collapse around them. Just like in Aladdin, except they actually get out. And they don't need a genie to help them. But, Aiden finally reveals his tragic backstory.
Yes.
He murdered someone.
I wish.
I shot a kid.
haven't seen...
You haven't seen Die Hard?
Die Hard, yeah.
Okay, well,
Have you watched Brooklyn Nine-Nine, though?
Yes.
Because you know how, like,
Peralta's obsessed with
Jake, he's like, Die Hard's the best Christmas movie, and that's what you said today, and that's the first thing I thought of was like, Jake Peralta.
Yeah, I am Jake Peralta. Nice to meet you.
Well, it's like a hostage movie, right?
It is, but it's set at Christmas time.
Is it like a comedy?
Yeah, it's good. I like it.
Okay,
I promise it's good.
I'll try to watch it sometime.
I shot a kid.
But Jake Peralta always tells me to watch it, and I haven't yet for years. So
yeah. So listen to Sarah. I'm a little less annoying than Jake, I think.
I love Jake.
I love Jake too.
He's the best.
Also, let's be real. If I'm anyone, I'm an Amy.
Are you an Amy?
A little bit.
I'm an Amy too, though.
Yeah. I think I'm half Amy, half Rosa.
I kind of relate to Jake too, though.
Yeah. Okay, my phone's at 10%, so we gotta get through this quick if we want to.
Okay, wait, but there was something I was gonna say about Brooklyn Nine-Nine, but I was just gonna say I'll watch it if it's on Hulu or Netflix. If it's not, I don't know how to watch it.
Okay, I'll figure it out.
Um,
Aiden's tragic story is not that he shot a kid. It is that he took his dad's life savings, went and played some poker because he thought he could make more money out of it, and lost it all. And then he started to go back home. He looked at his dad working and he was like, nah, I can't face him. I'm gonna go hang out in the woods instead. This is tragedy, folks. Okay. Gambling addiction is not a joke. I'm not trying to joke about gambling addiction. It is a serious problem.
but he doesn't have gambling addiction.
He doesn't have a gambling addiction.
He gambles once.
He gambles once. He gambles poorly. And then he's just like, I'm going to abandon my family because I fucked up.
But it's like, I don't think it's as... I feel like it's just like one paycheck or whatever, right?
No, he said it was his family's entire life savings. Like, who trusts...
What was he doing with it?
I don't know. They don't explain that. He just says, my dad trusted me with my family's entire life savings.
Yeah, he wanted to make more money.
Yeah.
So he's like, I should gamble, but
Yeah.
obviously it doesn't work out.
You save by investing in bonds, not stocks, kids.
So I think this is interesting. Well, this is like another bad boy thing, because I'm like, would any other guy in the Barbie universe talk about gambling?
I
This
don't
is
know.
a dark topic for Barbie.
Yeah. Okay, so we went with an incredibly optimistic Barbie and an incredibly, like, I don't know, damaged Ken. Anyways.
Yeah, so then he just left forever, which, like, but also in these flashbacks, he looks the same age. Like, how old do you think Aiden is?
I don't know, like 20-something?
Why do I always feel like the guys in these movies are really old? Because didn't we find out in, like, The Princess and the Pauper that the guy was, like, way older than her?
Well, we guessed that he was. I don't think we found it out. Well, just because...
From analysis. Oh, because he's the tutor or whatever.
Yeah,
right?
so he has to have had a couple extra years of schooling to be able to teach somebody else, right?
But why do I feel like Barbie's 17 probably, and the guys are always like 20-ish probably, right?
Yeah.
They gotta be the same age.
I feel like maybe Erica and Annalise are, like, older, though. Just because Erica's starting to work off her parents' debt, which means
but
that
she
they're
could have been
gone.
I think she's been doing that for a long time, though.
Yeah.
Probably since she was, like, a kid.
Yeah,
A
I guess so.
tween.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't have a good answer for it. Anyways. Annika's like 16 and he's at least 20, we're going to say. And he's probably been in the woods for like 2 weeks. It's fine.
2 weeks.
I'm saying 2 weeks.
So, okay, they're looking for the Ring of Love in the cave. And then
Aiden's like, oh, I'll forge it out of my sword. And then...
I don't know why they're like, we can forge the Ring of Love. Like, haven't they learned by now that the things that they get are not real things? They're like, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So
they're
she's like,
experiences.
oh, please don't. Yeah, she's like, please don't use your sword. And then Brietta, he's like, use my
crown.
Because she really likes her crown because it reminds her that she used to be human and stuff.
Yeah.
But she's making that sacrifice for her sister and stuff.
Yeah, and for her family. And
then Brietta takes it and she's like, oh my gosh, it's a Ring of Love.
Yeah, well,
and then it starts to glow.
Yeah, so Annika takes it.
Did I say her name wrong?
You said the wrong sister.
Brietta.
Annika is the human one for now.
Brianna? What did I even say?
Brietta. You said Brietta, which is right.
Oh.
It's just Annika takes it off her head and then it magically turns into a circle after being like a crown that had a opening in the back, like a tiara. And then it turns into a circle and she's like, oh my god, a ring of love. And then Aiden's like...
then there's a forging montage.
Yeah, because they're all glowing, but they don't just magically, like, magnet together. So Aiden has to do his forging montage anyway.
This is kind of weird.
Yeah.
I guess they were like, oh, we got to get a boy, like, what's
blacksmithing.
At least, but I think I guess now that I'm thinking about it, maybe they did want one from each of them. Oh, wait, did we forget about the gem? She drops her gem and then...
That's later.
Later?
Yeah.
Wait, it comes out the crown. Later.
Yeah.
I mean, not the crown thing.
Yes.
Oh, never
So
mind.
don't worry. So Gem, and so the reason why Aiden revealed his tragic backstory is because he feels like the gem
He's gonna use it
his
to
gem that he
repay-
got.
Yeah, he's gonna use it to repay his parents.
Yeah, he'll give it to his dad, and he'll be like, "I'm sorry. Here you go." And so
then they made the ring, whatever, not the Ring of Light. What's it called?
Wand of Light.
Wand of Light.
Mm-hmm.
And then she's like, let's see if it works. So then she wishes that. Okay,
Brietta.
stupidly, they're at the top of this mountain. They're in the blizzard. She's like, let's try it out. So her Pegasus sister, she's like, let's see if it works. So she wishes that her sister will turn back into human. She does. And then they're like,
Yay!
stranded. It's all happy. They reunite.
And then they're like, "Wait, how do we get off this mountain?"
Because they're like, now she can't fly. But then she's still wearing the bell necklace, and it magically... Is it weird? Wait, was she wearing clothes?
She was wearing clothes. Don't worry. This is a Barbie movie, okay? It's not that crazy.
It's just weird how, like, where did her clothes come from?
She was wearing them when she got turned into a Pegasus, so I think
is it the same
I think they're the same outfit. So,
like, do you think, like, you know in TV shows when they, like, transform to animals and then they, like, take off their clothes or whatever? Or, like, do you think that's, like, do you like that? Or do you think it's, like, too realistic?
I like it. I feel like it's, it, like, makes sense for, like, most things, you know?
Because, like, in Teen Wolf, I remember they always had to, like, do that.
Okay, when you said that, the first thing I thought it was Teen Wolf, and I was like, don't say Teen Wolf, don't say Teen Wolf, don't say
I
Teen
feel
Wolf.
like there was another show like in Twilight too, like didn't they
yeah.
he used to like tie his jeans to his leg, right? So then like
I guess so.
No, I think I read the books.
Yeah, I read the books too. I just don't remember it that
I
well.
think he used to tie his jeans or whatever to his legs, so then like when he transformed back, he'd have pants.
Yeah. Oh my god, that's so dumb.
Why did I say this out loud? Does it say sound so stupid? But they were like giant wolves. They weren't like normal
they were like a big dog.
Big dog.
Known boy.
Yeah, so the bell also I just think it's kind of cheesy. I mean, obviously it's
And
a
it
kid's movie. She's not gonna be naked, but I just mean like I don't know.
Yes, the bell was still on her. And
the bell was resized when she resized. So
it was a cute little like choker, like
yeah,
ooh,
it was a
fashion.
little bell. Yeah, like
and
a
then
cat.
yeah, and then so she's like, "Oh, Cloud Queen, please send us some Pegasi.
Mm-hmm.
We got to get out of here."
Yeah, so then the Pegasuses come, which is kind of weird because we see more Pegasuses throughout the movie, but we don't see any more Kellys.
Yeah.
So I don't understand.
We don't see any more full-grown Kellys or anything like that.
You mean like
for the
Cloud
Pegasus?
Queen?
Yeah. So
I wonder if the Pegasuses they sent were the ones that the Kellys were riding, but they were small, right? So you
yeah.
think they were different ones?
Maybe. I don't know. The Cloud Queen can do anything.
The Queen is the only adult there.
Yeah.
And she's apparently taking care of a bunch of Pegasuses.
You know what? Maybe it's just like a sky stable. Like, I don't know, man. Is it
not called the Cloud Kingdom? Am I making
up
that name?
No, it was called the Cloud Kingdom. Don't worry. Anyways,
and
a little factoid, though, really quick, that we forgot at the very beginning. The Kellys and their Pegasi are the ones who make the sun rise and set. So they, like, change the color of the clouds and can make the sun rise and set. So
have you seen... Keep thinking about other stuff. Have you seen the Tinkerbell movies?
No.
Oh, okay, because you know how there are a bunch of fairies?
Mm.
Well, the Tinkerbell. But, like, I think there are, like, certain fairies that, like, make the sun rise and set, and, like, fairies that change seasons and stuff. That's, like, a big part of the... Yeah. I read the book series, too, so I remember, like... You know, when it was fall, the fall fairies or whatever would go around and make... That movie is cute, too.
Yeah.
I should watch that one. I think there's a couple in the series. But does Aiden, like, leave at this point?
Yeah, so they fly off, and then Aiden is, like, on his way back to his family. They're going back to their house, their home, the village, or whatever. Oh. Their kingdom. So that they can de-freeze everyone.
They're flying there, and then...
Wenlock.
I keep wanting to say Preminger. Wenlock shows up on his... Wait, what's it?
Hippogriff.
What do you say?
Hippogriff.
But it starts with a P, right?
No.
Hippogriff?
Yeah.
I was going to say, like, paragraph or something.
That's just because you're trying to combine Hippogriff and Pegasus. It's fine.
Okay. Maybe I'm kind of tired.
It's okay.
The
it's
Hippogriff
11.
comes... Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I'm almost done with the plot.
Don't worry. We're almost there.
Comes, and he's chasing the Pegasuses. and they're like doing maneuvers and stuff. I gotta say, one problem I had with this movie is I felt like the sound effects were like really loud.
Yeah, okay, every time they stepped, their shoes sounded like they had the loudest like taps on the bottom. Like they sounded like tap shoes, like
because I noticed this in this scene because I felt like the whooshing noises of the Pegasus was like really loud.
Yeah.
It just made it seem more fake, I guess.
Not
like
great sound mixing,
they
guys.
gotta do
Come
better
on.
mixing,
Yeah.
Make it more realistic. So basically, like he
He shoots them down with his
what does he
wand
shoot them
thingy.
down? Oh, okay. I was like,
And then
what does he shoot? But
and then
it's very tragic because the horses fall and it looks really painful for them.
yeah,
because the girls, they fall off delicately.
Yeah.
But the horses really hit
crunch.
the Pegasus has really hit the snowbanks, and they look really like they're like passed out.
And then Brietta passes out, and then Annika tries to
Use
like,
the wand of light.
In anger against
she's like,
him.
Kill Preminger. Well,
Yeah.
She's like, destroy Preminger.
It's not Preminger, it's Wenlock.
Wenlock.
Although, yes, destroy Preminger. Except he does such good songs.
Preminger. Oh, yeah, okay. She's like, destroy Wenlock, kill him. But, like, obviously, the Wand of Light doesn't respond, so she looks stupid.
Yeah.
And she's like, I don't get it. It was working earlier. Like, which, like, I don't get it because he's like, oh, obviously it doesn't work. But he knows that the sister used to be a Pegasus and she's a girl now. So, doesn't he know that it works?
Something must have happened, but he probably is just like, no. And then...
and she's like, okay, fine, I'll marry you. Like, the time's up, right?
Yeah, and then he's like, no, you just tried to murder me. Bye, girl. And then he buries her under an avalanche.
Yeah, which normal people would die from.
Yeah, and then Aiden comes running up on his horse, which
makes no sense.
How did he get there? The whole point of the Pegasus was so that they could get there.
They flew really far, so I don't get how
did he
know
get there?
where they were though? How did he know where?
How did he know where they were?
Where they were? Okay, there's no way unless he was going along and he saw them flying somehow, and then he showed. It just doesn't make. It's not like he would have known where they are at all.
Yeah, exactly. I
feel like they flew over like all these valleys and stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, how he should have just gone. I guess they didn't want him for the fight, but I don't get him showing up there was like the weirdest plot hole.
Yeah. Dude, are you stalking her? Dude, are you just like following her? Bro, that's not cool.
Oh, and then I said they murdered Barbie. I feel like that's what you said when we were watching it.
Oh,
right?
yeah, that is what I said. I was very tired then also.
Okay, so, they, what?
Aiden comes back and saves her. They take her up to the Cloud Kingdom on the Pegasi.
Yeah, they uncover her from the avalanche.
Yeah, which did not take very long in comparison. And Brietta's just standing there while Shiver and Aiden are like digging, and she's just standing there like, it's like, girl, get in there.
She's a princess. She doesn't have to do work.
Sorry. Too delicate. And then so she wakes up. They detest the sun is what I wrote, and I think that's because they don't want it to set, because then the spell on her parents in the village will be permanent. The Cloud Queen provides them cover so that they can fly over to Wenlock's what's the word? Lair? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Without being spotted by him or the hippogriffs. And then so Brietta, the three Pegasuses.
Another scene where they're ice skating, right? I don't know.
Yeah, that's next.
I kept writing about how they're ice skating before they go to Preminger's thing.
Wenlock.
No. Wenlock.
And so they
wait, something else happens here, right?
Yes.
Because Wenlock.
Well, they get to the edge, and then
no, but Wenlock's in his area, and then he's trying to use the wand of light, right?
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't work, and then he's like, "Oh, it's an old wives' tale."
Yeah,
I like this because it's kind of like foreshadowing.
Yes.
I don't know if it's really foreshadowing.
Yeah.
But then he throws it in the pile of like jewelry and stuff, and then we like see his three wives,
troll wives.
Troll wives. So that's like a, reference.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, and then Aiden and Annika have an ice skate off. He's actually good at ice skating down towards where Wenlock is.
Oh, that's why. They're skating
Yes.
into the palace.
Yes.
Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's okay.
I was trying to read my notes, but I couldn't understand what I was reading.
I know, it's fine. It's hard to listen and read at the same time.
But he's actually a really good ice skater, like you said. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they take Shiver, don't they?
Yeah.
Which...
Well, they don't mean to take Shiver. Shiver just slides down after them because Shiver is the best at finding slides.
I don't understand why they didn't just leave Shiver in the Cloud Kingdom.
I know. It's because the babies need something to focus on, and
but, like,
the other baby
I
is
get
it.
if, like, because obviously they wanted Shiver to be the animal sidekick for
Yeah.
Annika, but Shiver does not give Annika anything. Like, I feel
Yeah.
like she doesn't even care about him.
Yeah.
It's not like Shiver's giving her any support or anything or any, like,
Yeah.
whatever, comfort,
Just getting in the way.
advice. Yeah, Shiver's just getting in the way. Like,
Yeah.
she's useless.
Anyway, so they're in the castle fighting the hippogriff or griffin or whatever it is. Honestly, I don't even know at this point.
Yeah, and he's sword fighting it.
Yeah, and
And
Aiden's
he's like, go on without me. Right?
Yeah. So Aiden's fighting the griffin. She runs up. She finds she's looking for the gem. Shiver is being all like, shiny! And then Wenlock sees that Aiden is downstairs fighting his pet monster thing.
Mm-hmm.
And his pet / transportation. And so he's like, nah, I gotta go deal with this. So he goes downstairs. And then Shiver actually finds the Wand of Light. Congratulations, Shiver.
Mm-hmm. Maybe this is the first time Shiver is useful.
Yay, Shiver! Your obsession with sparkles was useful for something. And then, so at the same time that Aiden gets knocked into the sea.
When Shiver finds the Wand of Light, she speaks English, right?
Right, what did she say?
Like shiny wand or something.
Yeah, she was like, sparkle wand!
No, sparkle wand, which is very disturbing.
The first, I mean, because she's been kind of saying, sparkle, 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 like a Pokemon or something.
Yeah, but I was like, this bear is speaking English. Like,
it was bad.
That's very weird.
Yeah,
I don't
especially
get it.
with it not
like
speaking before this.
Shiver like a human?
Is Shiver a human child that got transformed into a polar bear?
Well, like, a Shiver makes baby noises throughout the whole movie.
Mm-hmm.
They're very, like, I don't know. I wonder if
they are human baby noises.
Everyone who listens to this podcast has watched this movie, or like, would they watch this movie? Because I'm trying to make it, I'm trying to paint the picture for them.
Yeah.
But Shiver is a polar bear that makes human baby noises and then talks like a baby in this scene.
Yeah.
Which is very strange. And
it's
like
odd. Why would you bring a baby into a battle? Hey, Annika, this is just bad parenting. I don't okay, one thing for Shiver to be annoying and useless and everything like that. But if Shiver is a baby, what are you doing? Oh my god, get a babysitter or something. I'm sure the Cloud King would be like,
I think the Kellys would do it.
yeah.
They're not doing anything. I mean between sunrise and sunset.
Yeah. So Aiden gets pushed off into the sea by the griffin.
Oh, yeah.
And
it
then
for sure looks like he's dead. I was like, there's no way he could have survived.
Oh my god, I can't believe they killed another character.
I can't believe they killed Ken.
And then Annika's like, no. And then she accidentally loses the gem.
Yeah, like the wand hits something and then the gem falls off the top.
Yeah, and then they try to grab it, but it skitters off the edge.
Yeah, and then I was like, oh, for sure he's gonna come up with the gem, but then he comes up with his own gem. Which
he comes up and she's like, oh, the gem's gone.
Wait,
and
how
he's
did he come back up?
He just climbed,
Was it a
I guess.
Pegasus?
No, I think he just climbed.
How?
Don't. There's so many things to not question in this.
I don't like the.
We're so close to the end. I promise. So he produces his own gem that was supposed to be for his
parents.
So he makes a sacrifice also.
selfless. And is
Yeah,
he
selfless.
I don't
And
know
then-
though about the whole money situation.
And then what is it? Oh, then Wenlock is like, I'll take that. And then so he like
he gives it to his wife.
yeah,
Or his
one of his 3 wives is holding
wives.
it.
Yeah.
And
And then she's like, oh, if I get the wand, I can make life better for everyone.
All of us. Like
Even your
Annika saying
wives.
that. Yeah. Yeah.
Which like when there was that old wives' tale thing, I was like, one of the wives is gonna use the wand.
And then she didn't. What?
Yeah. So
that would have been such a good
Annika
like
convinces, which like obviously Barbie has to be the hero.
obviously.
So Annika convinces the wife to give her the
Wand of light.
wand of light, and then she uses it to break. She's like, oh, I use the wand of light to break all of Wenlock's spells.
Yeah.
So,
she has a
like-
dress transformation as she must
Oh.
because it is a Barbie movie.
Which like isn't explained. Like
Yeah.
I feel like this is a weird time for dress transformation.
yeah.
Because like
Also, this entire time, the Kellys have been delaying sunset by like half an hour. They've been like, okay, go as slow as possible. And so they get it in like right at like the edge of like dusk.
So when the spell like is all his spells are being undone, like the castle's crashing and stuff because he made that.
Yeah.
He's like uglier than he already was, even though he's kind of ugly.
He's got a paddle.
He's holding a paddle for some reason. I
The
guess.
the griffin's a cat.
Yeah, the griffin's a cat. The women turn back into normal. People.
Beautiful women. Yeah.
Normal. The trolls turn to beautiful women. Well, do you think like he was like he had the paddle and he was like, I want that to be the scepter or whatever?
Yeah.
Because I was like, why
Or
is he holding
I
a
guess.
paddle?
I don't know. Maybe it was like maybe he used to be like a sailor or a boat or something.
It's just random.
Yes.
I think he's like bald and he's older probably.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, she has a dress transformation and she gets curly hair when she does the spell, which I don't know if I like this random dress transformation. It's not necessary.
They always have to have a dress transformation.
But like if I get at the end if she's like wearing a pretty dress after they
Yeah.
saved everyone, but
Yeah.
why like when she's doing this spell it gives her a nice dress?
the magic.
I don't know remember if the dress looks that good. I didn't take notes on it.
Yeah, me neither. It wasn't very exciting. It was nothing to write home about. Unlike the Swan Lake dress, which is gorgeous.
Oh, the Swan Lake one.
Still the best.
I think I did all of that one.
Me too. And I put Ken in it.
Well,
Ken deserves to feel
Ken
pretty
deserves. Or oh man, I don't remember the Ken's name in that movie.
too. Eric? I don't know. That's just a wild guess.
Just a random man name. Yeah, I said the brides. I said the brides don't match the art style because I felt like they look kind of different.
Yeah, they
Didn't look quite
they
like,
didn't look like Barbies.
Yeah,
They
which
look-
like is alright, but like
It was kind of odd.
they looked slightly off. And I noticed only one of them speaked. I think
Yeah, spoke.
speaked.
Is it speak or spoke?
It's probably spoke.
I have no idea.
No,
I don't know what English
I
is.
think speaked
Speaketh.
speaked is wrong.
I don't know why I said it
And
though.
Wenlock's
I'm sorry.
an ugly man holding a paddle.
Yes.
And then like the girls, the wives, like
Make him paddle an iceberg
make
home.
him. Oh well, like they're like. Like the castle's collapsing, so Barbie's like, I mean, whatever. Annika
Yeah.
is like, oh, do you need any help getting out? And they're
You
like,
need a ride?
"Oh, no, we're good. And then they like forced him to paddle for them. I just
They
don't
were like,
get,
we have some payback to do.
yeah, I just don't get like
Why would you want to spend any more time
Yeah.
with this abuser?
I don't. Revenge is not the best way to heal. Or
Yeah.
whatever. They need to let go of Wenlock and
Yeah.
leave him behind. I don't know why these ladies, want to spend any more time with him after they like he turned them into like slaves.
Yeah.
and,
For the last, like, I don't know, 16, 17 years.
and
I
they were
guess.
like probably longer, I guess.
yeah.
We don't know. And they were like trolls.
Terrifying.
It's sad. Like,
Mhm.
I guess they want revenge. I feel like there's another. Isn't there another Barbie movie where like the villain becomes like a servant to like? Isn't that?
Odile has to become a servant.
Yeah, I feel like there's another one too.
And then Otto is a servant for Gothel. Otto, her ferret neck warmer.
oh yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of these endings where they become servants to the people.
I think in the other ones, the Rat King kind of just disappears. We don't know what happens to Preminger and Nick and Knack, and then Laverne gets like murdered, like straight murked. So
Laverne, which one's that?
Laverna, sorry, from Fairytopia.
She gets murdered?
Yeah, remember she gets turned into a pile of glitter.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So I feel like the weird thing about the Nutcracker though is it's not real, right?
Yeah. So does that even count?
Yeah, because I don't even know if anything in that movie is like. It's all her imagination. I feel like, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess they're all.
Except that she.
Okay, Princess
in
and
a dream.
Princess and the Pauper, and this movie, the Magic of the Pegasus. They're like movies that Barbie starred in.
Yes.
Which is confirmed by the credits.
Confirmed by the end credit bloopers that they had to animate and voice act.
Which I think is so funny.
I love
that. They were like, guys, we gotta animate like an extra bit
God, we gotta watch the bloopers for Princess and the Pauper again, because I gotta see that man break dance.
So, Annika brings Brietta home, and obviously her parents are happy.
Yes.
She looks like the same age, which I don't get.
I guess being turned into a Pegasus, just,
Oh, and then they the message of this movie is hope, I guess.
Yeah.
Because Annika's too optimistic and makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Because there were times when Brietta was like, oh, I'm sad, I'll never turn back into a human. And then wasn't Annika like,
yeah, you will.
Yeah, you gotta believe or whatever. It's not, you gotta.
It's been 17 years, sis. Please, give the woman a break. Give her a pat on the back and then say something
Aiden
else.
returns home to his father, and he's like, I don't think his father says anything. He just smiles.
He's just like, oh, it's so much better to have you home than to have you gone.
So we're hoping that the Royal Kingdom paid him for his help.
Yeah, well, he was like, meet my girlfriend, the princess.
Oh, yeah, she comes.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I mean, things are probably good for them. Oh, that's what I was going to say. For part of the time, I was like, I wonder if Aiden's going to end up with Brietta and not...
I know.
But that didn't happen.
Yeah.
Then they give the Wand of Light to the
Cloud
Queen.
King.
And then she's like, I'll make it the first star you guys see in the night sky every day.
So beautiful. And then they do couples ice dancing.
Mm-hmm. And
in the sky,
they
in
have
the
some
clouds.
Classical music in this movie,
some Beethoven stuff.
Beethoven and such. So yeah, they are ice skating. I don't really remember where they're ice skating, but I do.
It's in the Cloud Kingdom.
It is?
Yep, it's in the clouds.
Oh yeah, because Brietta and the Cloud Queen are just standing around. Right?
Yeah, and then the Kellys are trying to learn how to ice skate.
But I thought it was funny how they're just standing there, just
hanging out.
In the credits, we get a great Barbie and Ken are exchanging emails on set.
Oh my god, yes. She's like, oh my god, what did she say? And she's like,
it's Barbie at Barbie.
Yeah, she's like, oh yeah, and mine is Barbie at Barbie.com. So she and Ken are flirting on set. Girl, save it.
Which I really like the this weird Barbie's an actress thing. I wonder how long they because this is the second movie with that, right?
Yeah, I love it. More, please.
Because I remember all the movies being oh, Kelly's, getting a story from Barbie.
Yeah.
This is a different...
Yeah. A vignette.
Framing.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what vignette
Mm-hmm.
means?
Yeah. It's a type of framing. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
What is your score for plot?
Oh, no. We gotta do this, I guess. Okay. Please open.
We've been recording for a really long time, so
we
this
have.
is going to be a
fine.
long episode, but it's okay because we haven't recorded in
Yeah, exactly. See, you guys missed us. You know you did. Okay.
I refresh the Spotify page every day to see how many people are following.
Okay, so for plot, I wrote 5.
I said 2. I didn't like the plot of this movie, really.
Yeah.
I thought that it was too, especially when they need to find the one. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
the beginnings were really rushed. Because I remember when we were watching it together, you're like, I feel like after the first 10 minutes, you're like, I feel like the movie's almost over. Because after she goes to the Cloud Queen and stuff, and she meets her sister, you kind of feel like the movie's over and she's just gonna come back and battle Grimlock. But then they add this whole extra they gotta find the wand of light and they gotta get the measure of courage and the blah blah blah.
Yeah.
So it kind of felt like there was.
I guess I just felt like it was better than Fairytopia, so I had to give it a better score than I gave Fairytopia.
What did I give Fairytopia? Do you know?
You also gave it a 2.
Okay, I think
yeah, it's fine.
I think
Don't
they're
worry.
on par.
Yeah, you're good.
So what did you say? 5?
I said 5.
Okay. For art, I said. I'm gonna say 4.
Okay. I said, what did I say? I said 5. I gave it the same score as Fairytopia. As I gave Fairytopia.
I didn't like the clouds, but I thought the other stuff was alright.
Yeah.
I thought the shadows when she was ice skating was pretty good.
Yeah.
I think the ice skating is better than Yuri on Ice.
Yeah. Okay. I haven't seen it, but I'll check it out.
I like Yuri on Ice, but sometimes some of the ice skating I felt was a little. They have some like good scenes, but other people. It's just like ice skating animation's hard, I'm sure. So.
And that was for art, right?
Yeah.
Okay, actually, I gave that a 4. Sorry, I was looking at the wrong category when I said that.
So we both said 4.
Yeah, we both said 4.
I thought the shadows when she was ice skating were nice, and they had like reflections too and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like the clouds though, but whatever.
Yeah.
I thought the Pegasuses. Do you think they looked better than the horses in the previous movies?
I think so.
Because I remember that horse. What's the horse
Looked
that
better than the
that
unicorn.
that was muscular that we didn't like?
I don't
movie was
remember
that
her
from?
name. That was from Swan Lake.
The purple one?
Yes. The purple unicorn.
She looked better than that.
Yes, exactly.
I think, yeah.
Yep.
So for, let's say romance.
Mm-hmm.
You go first.
I said 4. I didn't think that was that good of a I didn't see any sparks in it, like, at all, you know?
I'll say 5. I'm gonna go 5.
Yeah. Because, I mean, the thing is, like...
Like, I liked them. Like, at first, I thought Aiden was really gross.
Yeah.
But then he grew on me a little bit.
No.
After his backstory.
Yeah, Aiden definitely grew on me.
I was a little, like,
But, like...
He's kind of boring.
I gave it the same as I gave for Rapunzel and Swan Lake. It felt like that kind of similar to me. You know, 2 days of hanging out.
The fact that they're, like, probably engaged or whatever after 2 days.
And then also it just didn't, none of it ever felt romantic, you know? Like it didn't feel like they were like, just felt like they were going.
Yeah,
like
there wasn't really any like
tension or like sparks flying.
Yeah, there wasn't any like scenes where you're like, oh, it's so cute.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I
Nothing
felt
they
like,
said was really like.
I think that's why we both thought that maybe he and Brietta would get together.
Yeah.
Like once she turned into a human, like some like sparks would fly there or something like that, you know?
Yeah, it was pretty like,
Yeah, exactly. The only like kind of romantic scene I think was when he was trying to get her to wake up in the Cloud Kingdom, you know?
Oh yeah, wasn't he like he was crying?
Please wake up.
That's the one that they did in the
in the bloopers
where she kept laughing.
Oh, it was so good.
I love the bloopers.
The bloopers are more romantic and funny than the entire
just
movie.
Watch the bloop if you've listened to this podcast. Just search Magic of the Pegasus blooper reel.
Yeah,
like that's the best part of the movie.
You don't even need to watch the movie. It's fine. You listen to us. You're fine.
But just watch the blooper reel because I think it's actually funny.
Yes.
Okay.
What about character? What did you say for character?
I don't know what to go with. I'm gonna go 4.
Yeah.
I thought Annika is weird. I kind of like that Aiden's a bad boy. I guess that's a little more interesting of a character. But like Brietta has like no personality really.
Yeah.
And Wenlock's just kind of creepy. None of them are like.
No one's good.
None of them are interesting.
No one feels like they have their own kind of personality.
Yeah.
And so that's the one that I gave a 5 to. I was looking at character when we were talking about art. So. So you gave it a 4.
I said between 4 and 5, so I'll go 4.
Yeah, and I'm going 5. For dialogue, I said 5. Because my favorite line was, "That's only 3 things."
I'll go 6.
Okay.
I guess. I don't know if I like the dialogue that much, but I didn't have any like problems with it. It wasn't like cringy, I guess.
Yeah, I thought it was fine. That was my fine score.
So what are you gonna say for the new villain score?
I said 4.
I said I'll go 5.
Because I thought he was like creepy and all that kind of stuff, but like, you know?
I think 5 because I think this is around what I did the other villains, but I think it's a little better than some of the other ones because he like wasn't afraid. I guess this is not necessarily a good thing, but I feel like the fact that he wasn't afraid to like kill Barbie was like a little bit more like interesting because he did bury her in an avalanche, and most people would die from that.
Yeah.
And like him turning, I guess like he turned everyone to stone like really fast, you know? It wasn't like a long like he was pretty, I guess, impulsive with that. And I feel like the other villains aren't really like that.
Yeah.
They're like very like, you know, like in Fairytopia, she like tied up all the fairies and like they were just like chilling there for like a long time.
Yeah,
Did
she was just monologuing basically.
Did she need them alive for the...
I don't think so. I feel like she could have just taken their necklaces off, but who knows? I don't know the internal logic of Fairytopia. I don't know if anyone does.
Mermaidia is the next movie, which I actually have on DVD.
All right, final score for Magic of the Pegasus is 4.4 out of 10.
4.4. That's... to me, that seems pretty good, but...
Yeah, it's
okay.
It's ranked 4th right now.
We recalculated all of the scores because we added in the villain category.
Yes.
So...
New Nutcracker score is 3.4 out of 10, which is the same as it was before. New Rapunzel score is 4.8 out of 10. New Swan Lake score is 4.8 out of 10. Princess and the Pauper is 6.6 out of 10. And Barbie Fairytopia is 3.75 out of 10 because we continued, we started the villain trend.
So
last episode.
What order is that? Fairytopia's last.
Nutcracker's last. So
What?
it goes, yeah. So
Wait,
from
what's Nutcracker?
3.4.
I thought Fairytopia was 3.
7.5.
I can't believe we rated Fairytopia higher than Nutcracker.
It was my fault. It was the art.
Oh, the -9.
Yeah. I mean. Okay, so from lowest to highest, it is Nutcracker, Fairytopia, Magic of the Pegasus, Rapunzel and Swan Lake tied for 2nd and 3rd, and Princess and the Pauper at the very top with 6.6.
The best one.
The best.
So
Gets a high D.
So second was Swan Lake and Rapunzel?
Yeah.
That's kind of interesting because I feel like those movies are kind of similar.
Yeah.
So
I feel like...
What will become the high... Princess and the Pauper is going to be always probably the first.
Yeah. I feel like some of these later ones, though, once the art starts getting better, and if, like...
I'm kind of excited. Maybe the plots will be, like, really... I saw that there's one that's, like, Barbie video game hero.
Ooh, I'm excited.
That could be interesting. I don't know. Barbie Princess and the Pop Star?
Yeah. I'm willing. I'm willing to give it a shot.
I don't know. The art could be good.
Yeah.
And the plot could be good.
Yes.
Wonder if any of it's, like, really, you know, it won't age well. Like, they're, like, using, like, LOL and, like, chat speak. I don't even know what the new movies are like, actually.
Oof. Yeah. Well, I guess we'll find out. Okay. You're just like me.
I'm just like you. You're just like me?
You're just like me.
We don't have a sign out. So.
We'll figure it out. Oh my god, I just realized. This is our first episode without Momo.
No, don't say that.
I'm sorry.
The next episode is Mermaidia. Fairytopia Mermaidia.
Woo!
So look forward to that, because this one was actually one of the ones I watched a lot as a kid.
Yeah.
I watched it more than Mermaidia, because I didn't really... I mean, Fairytopia. Mermaidia is better than Fairytopia.
I'm excited to see it.
And the scores will prove
yeah, I'm excited, because we're getting into the territory of things I've never seen before, so I'm excited to see things with fresh eyes.
This one I've never seen before, actually.
Yeah.
Which is interesting.
Yeah,
But I did... Oh, I didn't even bring this up. I did have the video game for it.
Yeah, I think we brought that up when we were talking about Fairytopia, maybe.
Probably.
When we brought up that this was the next one, but I'm not positive about that.
Yeah.
You and I might have just talked about
I had
that.
the Game Boy Advance game, and it was pretty good.
Yeah.
But when I was watching the movie, it didn't seem familiar at all, so I don't think I've seen it before.
Yeah. I hadn't either.
But you didn't see Fairytopia either, right?
No, I saw Fairytopia. Fairytopia was the last one I'd seen.
I thought you said you didn't.
No, I had. I saw the first 5.
Okay. So this is the 6th one.
Yep.
Okay. So, bye. See you next week.
See you next week.